So we're going to take a look at the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills in this NFL division round matchup taking place on Sunday, January 19th, 2025. I know a lot of people that are reviewing this game are kind of going back and forth on who they think will win this matchup. I, on the other hand, have pretty much held steadfast on this one, and I think it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens are the hotter team right now. I think they have the better quarterback. I've heard some folks say Josh Allen is the better quarterback over Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has two MVPs to Josh Allen's zero MVPs. And I do not think that Josh Allen is the better quarterback. Of course, he's a great quarterback. He's one top five quarterback in the NFL. But come playoff time, he really hasn't shown up to the level that maybe people expect of him. Um, and neither is Lamar Jackson, on the other hand. But I think he's going to get over that hump this year. I really like the Baltimore Ravens to possibly even beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I think it's a strong possibility this year. But looking at this matchup, we have a matchup of two of the top five offenses in the league. They've been able to run the ball and run the ball in a very efficient manner. Looking at the defenses, this is two teams that are good at defending the run, not quite as good at defending the pass. The Ravens are one of the worst teams in the league at defending the pass. But the Buffalo Bills are right behind them in terms of their futility in defending pass. So, you know, um, the Buffalo Bills, one thing that I look at them and say, okay, if they could do this, then maybe they can win this game, is that they've only had 8 turnovers all year long. Or excuse me, they've only given up the ball 8 times, but they've been able to have, 3 times as many takeaways themselves. So their turnover margin is one of the best in the NFL. So if they can capitalize on turnovers, that's the one thing that I think can slow down the Ravens in this game and possibly allow the Bills to walk out of this with a win. It's going to be very cold in Buffalo. So that's something that's going to affect the game and probably make these teams even run the ball even more than they usually would. Although I think both of them are going to try and establish the run. It really comes down to Derrick Henry. That's really, if this was the Ravens last year against the Bills this year, with the running game that Baltimore had last year, I probably wouldn't pick them. I probably would pick the Buffalo Bills being at home, Bills Mafia behind them and everything. Um, but the home field advantage will play into this game. I think this is going to be a closely contested game. It's going to be a very, very close game, and that's why you see the line where it is. It may be even a little bit disrespectful that Baltimore is favored in this game, although be it only by 1 point. But I just see this as being the Ravens' year. One thing we can look at as a factor in this is that Buffalo has a much more penalized defense, and that penalties and flags may come into play in this game, and that may be the deciding factor in a game like this when it's going to be, such a close game. Um, both teams battling to get into that AFC Championship game. I just see Lamar Jackson being able to make more plays than Josh Allen down the stretch. Even if he has to pass the ball, I just like the weapons on the Baltimore Ravens more than I do for the Buffalo Bills. So I do like the Baltimore Ravens in this game, and I've thought that this whole time that the AFC Championship was going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens. And, you can definitely take them on the money line. You could definitely take them with the spread. But my favorite bet, and I'm, reaching back into the old bag of tricks, is to take the Baltimore Ravens winning margin 1 to 13 points. Get that at plus 135. Okay, so you can get it at minus 115, taking the spread, -1, or 1 to 13 points winning margin. Get that for plus 135. the value there is just out of this world. I think that's what you have to do, and that's what I'm going to do. This is a bet I'm definitely going to make myself, and I do plan on cashing it in. Baltimore Ravens winning margin 1 to 13 points.